Remember when I was working at Three Springs in Sierra Vista? I remember Dante from Toledo. The one that I strained my back playing basketball. I did not strain my back picking up his 215-pound body and pulling it over my. He freaked me out. You pulled me over like I was a little kid, Mr. Parsons. I didn't want you to get violated, and I didn't want to. Brady, was it Brady? I didn't want him and Brady to get violated. So I came over there and took him apart and just pulled Dante and pulled him over my shoulder and put him in a restraint. And it's going to be okay. Stop. And Brady just stood there and looked at me like, wow, Mr. Parsons, you picked Dante up and yeah. I liked both the kids. And I just came and yeah, I just grabbed him and pulled him. I've never bench pressed over 215 in my life, but I didn't use my chest and I just used my arms. I just pulled him and, well, it was like me with a little kid, I just love him. And then the girl from Boise who took over for Mr. Carey and all that when they brought the other people in, sat and watched on the cameras. And I wasn't watching, they were. Yeah. I was sitting there watching from the office doorway, and Dante was standing in the doorway of the Mexican obvious homosexual kid, and he was obviously probably orally gratifying him in the room while I was sitting in the doorway but not knowing what's happening. But the people at the office knew what was happening, and I was getting taken in by the kids, and I was a sucker, all day sucker, right? You sat and watched it. I didn't. I gave him privacy. Dante was inside the doorway. If they'd done it in the hallway, I would have watched it and been like you, but I'm not. I gave them privacy. You know me, I'm that type of person. Well, the Mexican kid liked doing that for other men. Made him feel good. And it felt good for Dante, too. Well, Dante was a pervert. Well, Dante's first memories was sitting on the edge of a couch on a small 13-inch TV with an NES system playing Mario, while a man sat on a straight-back chair on two legs with his foot up on that couch with a bedroom door in a one-bedroom apartment in Toledo, Ohio, with his foot up on the couch, taking money from men that would go into the bedroom to have sex with Dante's mother to pay their bills. Those are his earliest memories, 5 or 6. We had a group and we sat and talked. Yeah. But the lady from, Boise, they did all the study with the guy that came and talked to us that did all the stuff up in Idaho with the best record and the best school and the best rehab, They knew better than I. They know the way. They're government. They're powerful. They're steering the ship, right? Peace be still. The Lord is my shepherd. I know. I'll give you privacy. I'll take away debt and trespass. I'll give you back intimacy and romance and love. And all of you that want that and won't stand up for me for it will thank me for it. And all of you that stand up with me for it will feel, hey, I helped. I got up every day and I said the Lord's Prayer. I was afraid to go online and do it and tell other people about it, but I told my technology about it so Earl could fix the technology because he's not afraid. I think with most people, you guys got to understand, this chemical poisoning that I go through, your taxpayer dollars at work. They'll tell you in town, all the people at Halliburton, Northrop Grumman, and the Special Forces, He's like some kind of sick Gregory Rasputin that gets all his energy from naive people. Most of them are perverts. Yeah, most of them are perverts. They sit there at 5 years old and play Nintendo on a 13-inch TV set in an apartment in Toledo, Ohio, while his mom men have sex with his mom all day to pay their bills, while the latest of the uncles is sitting there on a chair taking the money and letting the men walk past in and out of the apartment. I'm not like you, Mr. Carey, Mr. Parsons. I'm a faggot. His name was Julian. And his dad and his brothers sodomized him, and he didn't fight hard enough, so they told him he was a Joto. So he went to jail, and he had boyfriends. And he wasn't as good as me and Mr. Carey, because me and Mr. Carey would have fought back. I sodomized my 3-year-old brother when I was 13. Yeah. That's my ownership to you. Yeah. And now I'm here and I'm being taught by Navy SEALs not to do it. What are you supposed to do? I'm going to come up with an air conditioner and become a billionaire. And then if I want to sodomize 13-year-olds, I'll be able to do it in any country I want to. Yeah. Yemen, Saudi Arabia, wherever, whenever. Chad, Indonesia, Mexico, Los Estados Unidos. It happens there too. No way. And Canada, of course. Because we're one source, of course. Right. Go to your local First Light Credit Union, right? Oh, I'm driving down the road in Las Vegas, Nevada, and a park holes up next to me. All I see is gun flashes and gunpowder, and smell it. And now I'm dying. You see. Well, I went down the lane to take the ball, and what was coming at me? George Armstrong Custer was waiting for me. Right? There was a Custer waiting for you? That's not true. There was a Custer waiting for me. At the place where they have the best Wi-Fi to turn you into a bitch for money trying to win Sundance Film Festival awards. It wasn't Michael Gray Eyes. It wasn't Adam Beach. It wasn't Wes Studi. It wasn't Rodney Grant. It wasn't Graham Greene or, it wasn't Nick Ramus. It was me. I'm the spirit of Little Hawk. I'm the one Tishna talks to. I'm the one that Tecumseh talks to. I'm the one Wovoka talks to. I'm the one Chief Joseph prays to. I'm the one Suzuki talks to. It wasn't Geronimo. Best basketball player of all time was Ralph Earl Parsons Jr. He'd dunk all over your bloody ass. Oh, yes, he would. Wow, he was flying. You were flying with the Eagles. Put your arms up next time. Yeah. And all the ancestors and all the descendants of Crazy Horse, Red Cloud, Bigfoot, the Ames backs, they all know who was the best basketball player in the history of the world. Victor, Ralph Earl Parsons Jr. He was like a mutt Michael Jordan, but better. He had long hair, it looked like Jesus. Tied it back in a ponytail. He could fly. Yeah, and he didn't get bitchy when Samoans would set moving pics on him to cheat to win a game at the parks in Scottsdale. No, he just went, fuck, that's the way you're going to be. That's how you're going to win. Like I told Mick Daly and everybody else, that's how you're going to win. You be the governor, you steer that ship. You have power. That's power, huh? Power is the gift of life that makes a baby cry. It is the source of a baby cry. That's power. No, she's just hungry, and well, feed the baby. Steer the ship. Make sure you govern right. Peace be still. The Lord is my shepherd. I know. So this is just your taxpayer dollars at hard work. Hardly working. Right. Well, I tried to load one up for the Trump family, but the people at NASA wouldn't let it happen. I went and saw a grandchild and connected in prayer briefly to the grandchild, but NASA wouldn't let it load because they don't care. Whoever the AI gets, whoever the technology gets pointed at, that's who it gets pointed at. That's what happens when you play this game. Playing Mario on the couch. Straight back chair on two legs, leaned against the wall, taking the money. In my Ohio glass bowl home, rockets fly in the air every night. In my Ohio glass bowl home. Yeah, here comes Klinger at the bowling alley, rolling the balls, knocking down the pins just right, right. Just like a woman, maybe you'll get out of this service. Service of what? Mass murdering over money to kill poor people to decrease the surplus population? Ebenezer Scrooge and Charles Dickens of you, huh? Sell a book, buy a book, be successful, great American author. That's just crazy. I know. Someone please explain it to my family. Because I can't. Maybe Denzel Washington. Maybe if Denzel Washington comes and talks to my dad and my family and says, no, Earl's right. Then they'll all come over. Denzel said we should all live the Lord's Prayer and stand up for it and spread it on social media today. Well, Denzel said it. That's an Oscar award-winning performance there, right? King Kong ain't got nothing on me, right? Okay. Hey, Lonzo, I need your help. You're funny. You're gonna have to help yourself. Okay. Yeah, the Messiah believes in you. Gave you the Lord's Prayer, gave you Psalms, gave you Proverbs, gave you the pillars of faith, gave you everything you need to live lives of kindness, of courage, of faith in God. Gave you the book of Esther, the book of Ruth, gave you Genesis, gave you the Revelation, gave you all that you need, gave you the Krishna, gave you the Buddha, gave you Confucius, gave you Tao, gave you Joseph, gave you Wavoka, gave you Tishna and Fun and How, gave you Crazy Horse, gave you Little Hawk, gave you all, I'm trying to think of more women. They don't have a lot. There's not a lot. It's mostly men. What can I say? No, Boudica and Joan of Arc, they led war clan. Well, Joan of Arc did protect. Okay, let's throw Joan of Arc in there with the Crazy Horse and Little Hawk, protecting the little ones from abuse and rape and murder. Okay, we'll throw Joan of Arc in there. Who else is there? I don't know. Men are supposed to protect women and children from other men that act like dogs and don't act like men. So typically it's a man. Well, go figure. Yeah. All right, man. Be faithful. Faithful doesn't have a gender. Andale, pues color. Orale. Okay. Or a nationality, language group, flagpole rag, or a war song. Okay. Government.